let's speak about ACST Pharma, ticker symbol ACST, baby. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that fact. And today we have an exciting company to speak about. So there is quite a lot to cover in today's video. Of course, we will have a look at the price action over the last 5 days, the last month, see what's been happening, see why I'm looking at them now. We will of course go onto the website to speak about what this company actually does. We're going to have a look at a couple of analyst buy ratings and where they think that the price could go. We're going to have a look at an update on recent financing events that have put this company in a fantastic cash position, an absolutely fantastic one. We're going to have a look at this now. I know it's a little bit older. This is from August 31st. But they reported top line results from a phase 3 trilogy 2 study. We're going to have a look at their business update for the second quarter of fiscal 2021, and if you note, the date is from November 16th, so we should get another business update very shortly. We're going to have a look at the stock's price and its volume. You can see that there was some huge spikes, but it has slowed down quite considerably lately. We will have a look at the price action and why the technicals may be pointing to a breakout to the upside, and there are one or two things from their investor presentation I want to cover. Now this is very outdated. It's from October 2019, so we're not really going to spend much time here, but it just makes it easier to understand the company in general. So my friends, that is what we're going to be covering today. Now please do keep in mind this is a penny stock, and inherently penny stocks carry considerably more risk than, our standard long-term investments, even our growth stocks. Penny stocks are always a little bit riskier, so please my friends, do not blindly invest just because I'm making this video. As of recording this video, I do not have a position in this company, but that could change, okay? So if I do buy them by the time this video goes up, it'll either be in a comment, the title, or the thumbnail. You'll know that I bought them. But again, that does not necessarily mean that you should. Always do your own research, form your own thoughts and opinions, my friends. So right before we do get into the video, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Drop me a comment down below. I'm interested. Are any of you guys in this company? What price did you get in at? And please, my friend, if you are indeed new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button and join the family of investors. We're getting very close to 90,000. Also, if you are interested in joining my private Discord group, that is the first link in the description. In there you get access to all of my buy and sell alerts, short term and long term. Today I started a 10k to 20k challenge. So we're going to try turn $10,000 into 20,000. And that's all going to be done through swing trades. I sent out a watch list of more than 10 stocks on Saturday for people to look into, and this was one of them. There's over 2,500 investors in there. It's an extremely active chat. It is juicy. If you want 2 free stocks on me, well, you got to sign up. Hit that second link in the description and deposit $100. Easy money, my friends. It's free money. Now, with that being said, this company, okay, our science. So since 2008, ACST Pharma scientists have focused on the research and development of new krill oil-based forms of omega-3 phospholipid therapies for the treatment of cardiometabolic diseases. So CMDs, cardiometabolic diseases, are the #1 cause of death in the world. They include cardiovascular disease, diabetes, mellitus, and chronic renal failure. The #1 cause of death in the world is what these guys are trying to fix. And they're using krill oil-based forms of omega-3 to do so. So their lead drug candidate is Capri, is a krill oil-derived mixture of polyunsaturated fatty acids, primarily composed of omega-3 fatty acids, this long word, and this long word. I'm not a scientist. Which are present as a combination of phospholipid esters and free fatty acids. This brings me back to science class. So krill oil provides a natural advantage. Capri seeks to reduce triglycerides while also potentially providing beneficial effects on LDL-C and HDL-C in patients with severe hypertriglyceridemia. So Capri seeks to reduce triglycerides while also potentially providing beneficial effects on LDL-C and HDL-C in patients with severe hypertriglyceridemia. I probably said that wrong. So that's the basics of what they're doing. Of course, we'll get more into it shortly. I want to show you guys they have 2 analysts covering the stock with a consensus suggesting a rating of buy. The range between the high target price and the low target price is between $3.15 a share and $1.89 a share. Keep in mind, we're at 79 cents pre-market right now. And these ratings were put forth when the stock was at 45 cents a share, my friend. So back then, there was potential 460+% upside, and there still is an awful lot there. So essentially, the 2 analysts that are covering this company, which isn't that many, which can actually be a good thing, are quite bullish. Now, I want to show you this from January 27th, okay? They recently provided us an update on recent financing activities. So they announced, amended, and restated at the money sales agreement through which it can issue and sell from time to time its common shares from an aggregate offering price of up to $75 million. That's a lot of money for this company. We'll go back and finish that off in just a moment, but if I do bring you forward, okay, to their business update for the second quarter of fiscal 21. Their net loss for the 3 months ended September 30th was $6.1 million, okay, so that's a considerable loss. But the capital that can be raised here would cover them for more than a full year. Cash and cash equivalents totaled $11.6 million as of September 30th, and they believed at the time that existing cash will fully fund the company's operations through the second calendar quarter of 2021. So now we have the option to have another $75 million of cash there. I mean, these guys could operate for years and years without having to raise anything else. Which, when you are looking at a penny stock, okay, especially if you are looking to go on them long, I'm not decided if I want to go long or swing these guys yet, just for full transparency. But if I was to end up going long on them, this would be a big reason why. All of that extra capital. It's so important for companies at this stage of their life cycle. Now, while we're here, you may notice, okay, they're on the NASDAQ and they're 76 cents a share. So are they at risk of being delisted? And then the fact that they're on the NASDAQ would lead you to believe that, you know, they must have been above $1 a share for a long period of time. And you can see they were. And they actually dipped below it before, back to 46 cents before starting a huge uprun. So is this something we have to be worried about? Do we have to be worried about them, you know, being dropped from the NASDAQ? Well, February 28, 2020, they received written notification from the NASDAQ listing, okay, for failing to maintain a minimum bid price of $1 per share. But if we fast forward a little bit to November 11th, 2020, okay, a few months ago, they were further informed that NASDAQ had granted an additional 180 calendar days, or until May 10th, 2021, for these guys to regain compliance. So essentially, if you plan on swing trading these, you have absolutely nothing to worry about in regards to NASDAQ compliance. If you plan on going long, it's something that you're going to have to wait around and see if they can break that $1 mark for a considerable period of time, the 10 days. But as of right now, I wouldn't see this as a negative at all. You know what I mean? I think it's absolutely fine. They've been in this position before and they got it back up above the $1 a share. So that's exactly what these guys had to say. The additional capital raise will give them additional flexibility in its ongoing review process to explore and evaluate strategic alternatives. They've already announced that it has engaged Oppenheimer for a strategic review of the business with alternatives including a merger, business combination or other strategic transaction on the table. I think this one's exciting. Things like this can make stocks go boom so quickly, quicker than pretty much anything. So again, if you plan on going long, this is something you'll have to keep up to date with, but it could be absolutely fantastic. So that is essentially where they stand financially right now. And again, when you're looking at these penny stocks, that is one of the first things you have to look at. You have to look obviously at the technology, at what they're trying to fix, what they've done in the past, but you also do have to have a look at that cash position. And now they're in a very good one. So how has the technology actually performed? How have their recent studies gone, okay? So from August 31st, 2020, we got this update. And it's in regards to their top line triglyceride results from phase 3 Trilogy 2 study of Capri, remember the product we spoke about earlier, in patients with severe hypertriglyceridemia. The most common reasons for this developing are obesity, lack of physical activity, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and familial hyperlipidemia. And this denotes high blood levels of triglycerides, the most abundant fatty molecule in most organisms. So Capri achieved a 30.4% median reduction in triglycerides at 12 weeks and 38.4% at 26 weeks, but did not achieve statistical significance for the primary endpoint. Now this was back in August, okay, so obviously a lot of things would have changed since then, but I personally think that these are very promising results. And they did have a placebo in effect, okay. There was a 17.9% median reduction in triglyceride levels among patients receiving that placebo at 12 weeks. Sadly, however, it was not statistically significant, and therefore the Trilogy 2 study did not meet its primary endpoint. As a result, the company will not file a new NDA with the US Food and Drug Administration for patients with severe hypotriglyceridemia. Do you want to see what that did to the stock? Boom! It made it crash 66%. That was the reason for the huge drop that you will see if you look on that 6-month chart. Now obviously that was a considerable period of time ago. The company has been working continually. They're in a great cash position. Investors are starting to get behind the company again. But this is a very clear example, my friends, of where penny stocks can go wrong, especially if you are betting on a shorter term catalyst. I mean, a lot of the time on YouTube we see things go really right. They can go wrong, so please do be aware of that. And keep in mind, this also was in the after hours. So if you're somebody who doesn't have access to after hours trading, you opened up down 66% pretty much. It wasn't good. So that was pretty much the worst thing that happened, okay? So now we're waiting to see what happens with Oppenheimer and the strategic review. And again, this could genuinely be fantastic. And one more thing that puts that cash in a better position, the reduction in headcount and discontinuation of substantially all commercial and R&D activities. So that is the gamble right now. The company expects to devote significant time and resources to identifying and evaluating strategic alternatives. However, there could be no assurance that such activities will result in any agreements or transactions that will enhance shareholder value. They say it there, clear as day, my friends. So right now, they very much so are in this grey space. It's difficult to know exactly what is going to happen next, and that's why I particularly think that as a long-term investor, this is a very scary one. But as a swing trader, there's a lot of people swing trading this right now, and you can see that as of late we have been on this steady upwards trend. I mean, we've seen our big dips, we've seen our big up moves. To me, this primarily is a momentum and hype play. So when I looked at this chart, I saw this wedge forming, which could lead us to believe there may well be a breakout. I see that, we're pretty much at neutral. The MACD is not telling us too much. If we go down to a shorter time frame, I mean, you can even see the RSI looks to be approaching oversold levels, and the MACD is similar. It's not doing very much at all. So to me, this is looking like a swing trade. I think that long term, it has the potential to do absolutely incredibly, but it really depends on variables that we cannot predict. They're in a fantastic cash position, but it depends what Oppenheimer can do, and it depends what, strategies they can implement going forwards. And ultimately, us investors don't know exactly what they're going to be. So do be aware of that. The main reason I'm looking to play these guys is momentum, and it is technicals, and that is predominantly what day trading and swing trading is about. But my friends, that is my thoughts on this company. I've been getting asked to cover these guys quite a lot in all honesty, which is weird considering that the volume is low. I do think they're very high risk, so please do be aware of that. I've even been watching them pre-market today, and there's been quite a few, 2 to 3% moves in a span of 5-10 minutes. Again, no guarantee that I am going to play these, but if I do, it more than likely will be a day trade or a swing trade based off of momentum and technicals. But anyway, my friends, if you watched this video all the way till the end, you are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. If you did enjoy, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and please, my friends, subscribe if you're new around here. If you are interested in joining that private Discord group, again, that's the first link in the description, my friends. All of my buy and sell alerts, a huge, juicy community. We've made a lot of money in January and February. If you want those free stocks on Webull, that's the second link. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you for another video very soon. Peace.